Hi friends, welcome to 3T Info Bits. Let's learn about data validation in Excel today. There might be scenarios wherein you want to restrict the contents of the cell or a range to some specific data like allow only number or text or some list of values. All these things can be done using data validation in Excel. And let's see how to do it. To perform data validation, go to Data tab. Click on the data validation link here. You can see three tabs, right? So one is settings, input message and error alert. In the settings tab, you can see the options to select the restrictions that you want to apply. And then on the input message, you can key in the input message that you want to display when the user selects a particular cell that is having data validation. So it is like a help message for the user to enter the required value. And then there is a error alert tab wherein you can provide the error message where the user did not enter the expected value. So you can choose whether it is a stop alert or warning or information. Okay, now let's see a few examples of using data validation. Say here I want to allow month values between 1 and 12 only. So to do that, select the range for which you want to apply the data validation. Go to data validation. Okay, in the settings, select the condition that you want to use. See, this is a whole number, right? So whole number, and my value should be between 1 and 12. So apart from this, you also have multiple conditions that you have to choose depending upon the condition that you want to apply, right? So that's it. And then input message, if you want, you can give the message that you want to display. Similarly, error message also you can provide. Click OK. You can see the input messages in the selected cells. Now let's test the data validation. 1, no issues. Suppose if it is more than 12, you'll get the error. Okay, retry, give 12. Yeah. So this is how you apply simple data validation in Excel. There are so many other examples as well. We'll see one by one. Okay, right. Sometimes you might want to check some conditions in the already existing data. Say for example, if you have one column that is having age numbers like this 14 and 21, something like that, and you want to see whether age is equal to 18 or not, right? So to do the data validation in existing cells, just select the cell wherein you want to check the condition, go to data validation, then give your condition, right? Whole number, it should be equal to 18, right? So click OK and then circle invalid data. See, now all are not meeting this criteria. And if you want to clear those validation circles, just use this one. Now we can correct the data. 18, this is 18. Again, circle invalid data, and now this is the only invalid data. So this is also one way of using data validation. And now let's see other examples, like to allow a date between two ranges. It should be between these two ranges alone. For that also you have to select the range, data validation. Okay, there are some validations already. If you want to extend, you can extend, or you can choose the option, right? Yeah. So this is the existing validation which is applied there. So date, this is your date field, right? Date between 1 and 5. So if this condition is satisfied, then you won't get any issue. Otherwise, you'll get a problem. Okay. Let's see how to validate this. So let me give 7. So yeah, so this is the default error message that will be provided by Excel. If you want, you can customize as we have seen earlier, right? Error messages you have to customize. Then, so this is one of the important example. Like you use data validation mostly for using list of values in specific cell. That is, all your values will be listed as a drop down. For that option, Again, go to data validation. So under this category you have to select list because it is a list, right? So this source you have to give the values that you want to appear in the drop down. Say for example you want yes and no to appear in the drop down, give it as a comma separated value. So your source is the list of values that you are giving here. Some cases you can select the range as well, like you can have a set of values in some columns and you can give that range as well in the source. That is also possible, but right now I'm just hard coding the values. This is what I want. Okay, click OK. So now the drop down is created, see, and you can select any values. So thus you are restricting users only to select those values in the drop down value. But the only problem, the only drawback here is, suppose if user copies data from somewhere, no, like you have some data here false, and if you copy this and paste it here, you won't get any problem. That is the only drawback with the data validation. See, if you in the existing conditions that you have applied, you can restrict that, but copy pasting some other cell value will not apply the data validation. That you have to be very careful, right? Okay, so these are all some of the examples or usage of data validation, and there is one more important use, which is using the custom data validation, which means you can apply any formula that you want to use, right? So that is basically these three examples: allow only text, allow only number, and restrict only to upper cases. Let's see now how to do that. These are all some advanced concepts. Okay, and yeah, so now to restrict a text length of a text with specific length. So to do that, again, same manner only, select here your option. So text length. So text length, what is the condition that you want to apply? Whether it should be between or equal to, okay, I am giving 3. Okay, so now and no issues. 2, you will get a problem. And then 1, no issues. So this is how you have to use this restricting text length condition. Now let's see how to use the custom function. Okay, go here, custom. So what I have given here is to allow only text. So the formulas only, basically if you know the formulas, any formulas you can provide here and check your condition. This is text, because I am just checking whether the entered value is text or not. Select the cell. You can say select the first cell or any cell, it will apply in the entire selected range. Okay, is text, click OK. So now let me give number. You can't. If you enter text, then it will allow. Okay, 1 2, again some number, it won't allow. Retry 3. So that's all. In a similar manner, you can do number as well. So for that, you have to use a respective formula like is number. If you use is number, then you can allow only numbers in specific column. And this is one some using a complex formula, you want to restrict one particular column to have only upper cases alone. I have already keyed in the formula. Let me show you that. Okay. So this is the formula, custom formula that is applied to restrict a specific set of cells to only uppercase alone. See, it will just compare whether the cell that you have entered is in caps or not, and it is a text. So these two conditions are checked. So now if I give something in lower cases, you will get error, right? And if you enter some number also, you will get error. But if I give the expected value, everything will be fine. So that's it. These are all the various ways you can perform data validation in Excel. I hope you find this video very useful. If you have any comments, please do let me know. Thank you.